Hello, everybody. Welcome to the video. Today we have the Texans off-season, Texans franchise off-season. I'm so hyped for this video. I'm sure some of you guys are. And yeah, I mean, like, let's just get into it. Let's move. Let's keep it going. I'm pretty sure we looked at all this stuff yesterday, or I guess last video, because I think what video did I do? I did the trade player, blah blah blah. Like, if we lose, we trade a player, our best player. Did that one. Um. I haven't actually looked at the analytics for that one yet. I haven't looked at like how it's doing, but hopefully it's doing good. But yeah, let's look at the last four contracts that we have to negotiate. I'm fine leaving BJ Bowen out to dry. Justin Ross actually has some interesting coming back now. He just really wasn't used towards the end of the year. Rashad Lawrence, he's worth too much for what he is. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, it's pretty self-explanatory. I think that we're fine without all those guys right there. So I think that we will go ahead and go to free agency, see who there is, see who we can find, see who's there. I don't think we need to take like a really deep dive, but already starting off with the top players are freaking crazy. Oh my God, we have a very top heavy class. Greg Rousseau just doesn't have interest in coming in, but he would be the perfect fit. He still is, but I mean. God, he's got to be worth so much money. It's probably not worth it to, sign Greg Rousseau to that right there. JOK right here. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, be fun. Um, Hunter Renfro, not interested. I'll tell you that much right there. Darnell Mooney. I mean, most of these guys are old. Ramondre Stevenson's here. Probably not my guy. Brandon Cooks, we can bring him back. Be fun. Baron Browning. That is an interesting player I would really like to, actually take a look at here. He's going to be worth not a lot of money, but some money. 26 years old, 84 overall, I think he was. At quarterback. Trey Lance is here. Oh my goodness. They've really got me going here. Running back. What do we got? Eli Mitchell. Ooh, Elijah Mitchell might be interesting. If I were to pick up a running back, I think it'd have to be Elijah, but he's just not, like interested. So we need interest. If there's anything that I really wanted, it was going to be edge, but there just doesn't seem to be elite edge rushers in this free agent class that are interested to coming here. I mean, Caleb on Chason, blah blah blah. Leonard Floyd could be a fun, off the edge guy. Jalen Phillips. I mean, Baron Browning, he's good, right? Block shed, power moves. I was up to an 83. He's such a versatile player that I like. 88 speed's crazy. I think Baron Browning has talked me into a deal with him as long as he's not, getting paid by anybody else to like the max top dollar. Like, I'm okay. Like, I'd rather not pay that for him. But the deal that I like right there, I don't mind. Caleb Farley's here. We already have like some good corners, some quality corners, so we don't really need that right there. And then free safety Caden Stearns is actually here. Jalen Petrie is better right now, but I can't say that in the long run. I mean, if he was, really unleashed to go for it, then that's fine. But Derek Forrest actually here, strong safety. Fitu Melifon was my backup. C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I mean, it's just not worth it in my opinion. Really, like, is it really worth it? I don't think so. We've already got those guys right there. And the only other guy I was considering signing and putting a deal in on was Darnell Mooney. We'd have Jahan Dotson, Darnell Mooney, and then Nico Collins. And that would kind of be our three. And Devin Duvernay, obviously, probably getting traded this episode if I'm being honest. And Rashad Curtis, kind of gadget guy. I don't know. It's so tough. But I just don't think you can turn down a receiver like this with this much interest to a 4-year deal. I'd be fine with a 4-year, $5.53 million contract or $3 million bonus. I'm fine with that right there as long as, yeah. So we're paying, not top dollar, but with his interest, it works out that way. Further down the board, I don't find anyone that I'm really interested in. Justin Ross is there. I mean, I don't really care too much. Diami Brown at 76 overall. Tight ends, there's nobody really. So I guess the only guys I'm interested in are actually Darnell Mooney and Baron Browning. Literally, that's it. We will go ahead and do all that. And signing, we did get Darnell Mooney and Baron Browning, and we're the only offer on Michael Carter right now. I think that he'd be a fun backup, or two, a really fun gadget guy that can catch out of the backfield pretty well. James Cook's probably going to take over the reins at RB1, so we really don't need this type of player in Michael Carter. But if I sign him to a 1 year deal, and if he works out, I can always re sign him. Doesn't have interest, so that's kind of why his deal's so low, but I think he's on a 1 year, like whatever, deal. So it's whatever, really, in the long run of things. I would really consider Aaron Jones the thing that he's 30. I mean, what does he want? 1 year. I'd give him a 1 year deal, and then like this, if I'm the top offer with that right there, I mean, count me in, but I'm not. So, I'm pretty much out on him, and everybody else, like, I can really care less about. So I actually added offer on Jonnu Smith. I mean, we'll see if these guys want to come play for us. We did get Jonnu. A 1 year deal, $2.5 million, or I guess it'll be 4.5 total. Michael Carter's starting to get a little bit more interest. I don't want him. I don't know why. Like, I'm whatever without him, but Darnell Mooney, welcome to the team. Baron Browning, welcome to the team. That one I'm super stoked about, and I can't wait to use his versatility. Right? I'm not sure. Jonnu Smith, also to the team. Well, this down crushed my mind, dude. Okay, well, Greg Rousseau is signed to our division. 6'7", 266, Greg Rousseau. Yeah, we're going to be playing against him 2 times a year at the Colts and Tennessee. DeForest Buckner, great. They're getting pass rush against us. This is just awesome. I'm so happy to see all these signings right here. Jarvis Landry shouldn't be that big of a problem. Grant Delpit, I can see him catching a pick or two from me. I don't see why not. Andrew Norwell, yeah, basically a couple of good players go around to teams that are in our division, and Greg Rousseau happened to be the best in the class and happened to go to our division. Okay, I think it's really time we look at this class right here and start to kind of set our draft board. We have, I think, a late first round pick. I better go check though first. I mean, we got to know what we're working with before we start working, right? So if we're gonna go ahead and go to NFL rosters and then go here and then go up to draft picks. We've got 24 and 32, and then the 64th, and then 35th, 96th. So we're looking pretty solid, and then we got a bunch of late draft picks for like projected UDFA guys that probably are a little bit better than that, like 68 to 69 overalls that look good really far down the board. But we got to remember where we stand and whatnot. We can still look at guys at the top, make sure we don't want to like trade up for anyone, but nobody looks like significantly better than anybody else. Paul Owens might be interesting here. I'm actually gonna take a little chime in on this guy. A impact, B awareness is a good tell for his for whatever, and then D to F kind of concerns me with the pass block finesse and run block finesse. But other than that, this guy looks like an all-out stud, other than injury, and something that we cannot afford at offensive line, at an offensive line spot. Josh Knoll is here. I mean, he's a bit out of our range. Physical strength's great. I mean, he looks awesome. A to B. I mean, yeah, he really looks like the full package. Move him out to guard. 311-pound guard would not be like the best thing, but I'm sure he's a good enough athlete to kind of move around. I actually had my eyes set on JJ Baker, who's not that great of a talent now that I'm seeing it. Obviously, I can't remember who else I did like focus on, and we're gonna have another chance to put focus on some other guys, but I'm actually just looking right now on who I did right here. Nick Lacey, interesting down the board. B power moves, B tackle, and C block shed. I think that this could be a good player with acceleration being up. If we're really looking for an edge player, I think Nick Lacey kind of doesn't solve that for us, but he plays a good enough role to kind of be a rotational guy. Or even if he comes in on goal line packages, I'm fine with it. I mean, just looking around, there's like I only could take best player available. It feels like I don't feel like I can go much better than that. Yeah, this class doesn't look all too top heavy, to be honest. Justin Potts, solid strength. Looking around, doesn't look like the best player you'll find. Those look decent, but not great. And yeah, I mean, I set up a board a while ago. JJ Baker's at the top of it with true 1 to 2 talent. Jeremy Redmond. Dante Ricard, if we ever get to that range, he looks solid. I want to make sure that he gets focus scouted though. Richard Bullitt looks fine. And then guys further down the board where it's like day, or I guess like 2 to 3 right here. I'm not sure why he's not up the board a little bit, but this guy right here, he doesn't look bad. C block shed with A finesse moves and C tackle, someone interesting. Cassidy Hinton down the board looks fine. Antoine Harrell looks great, really, and Kyle Brooks looks fine down the board. Will Sears looks fine. Um, Andrew McCree, 5'10 though, something I did not like about him, but he looks solid down the board, right? And if he's his own archetype, his man coverage can be unknown. But Bob Kuchar down here. I mean, there's just a bunch of guys. I don't think that this will be like a heavy draft with like actual draft picks because it just doesn't really the board doesn't really work towards my favor. So I think that we'll just go to the draft and whatever happens happens. I can almost guarantee you a trade though. So we are into the draft and I think the real thing that we need to do now is make a decision on JJ Baker, who honestly probably won't be the highest overall rated player. But I think that he will be all right. But Paul Owens is the only other one I'd consider trading up for. It's like a franchise guard right here. Strength's good. I mean, he had super good, like, he looks like a good, athlete, but D entry is really intriguing for me. And then the finesse for both pass block and run block kind of steers me off the trail a little bit. Run block looks fine. Yeah, it's rough, looking at a guy like that and just knowing that you have to pass over him. I'm not trading up to 8 to get him. Josh Noel, I'm gonna have to let walk. I think that yeah, the only decision we have to make is if we're gonna trade up for JJ Baker, who looked unreal, by the way. Physicals, I mean he's elite everything, super fast, very very fun player. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, how tall is he again? 6'5", 253, monster of a player, but I just don't know if I want to trade it for someone that's not worth like even where he's getting taken. He's a projected number one, like round one player, but he's a talent round 1 to 2. Shouldn't be too far of a fall off, right? But our next highest guy is running back Jeremy Redmond, and I think I'll try to package my picks either for a player or just a trade down to 2 first picks next or first round pick next year's. Considering that there's nobody here that I want till way 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 further down the board. I have to go so far down the board to my next guy right here, Lance Covington, before I even like consider anything like that. And Dante Ricard, I probably want honestly. Elite everything, looks solid, has a couple of those B to D things, and then other than that, looks solid, and I'm pretty sure he'll play better than Howie Morrison right away. So he should be interesting, but I don't know. Sim to my user pick, and JJ Baker literally goes one pick above me, and that is literally cliche Madden draft right there. I'm not kidding. This will happen to you 10 times out of 10 that you simulate to your pick. So yeah, Jeremy Redmond is the only guy I'd consider drafting. Got good speed, everything like that. B break tackle, C carrying. I want to see how tall he is. 6 foot, 197. Not much of like a bowling ball. He's receiving back. I mean, I just don't know why I'd need a guy like that with James Cook and Damian Pierce on roster. So I think I'll have to pass on that one and try to trade down for maybe a first next year, considering I don't want to trade down this board. So I don't know. We can get the Bears first round pick next year for it. I'm down to do that. I'm okay with that. That right there is a fair trade for me. And I will go down to number 32. And if Jeremy Redmond is here, then I might think about it, but I'm not sure if he'll be off the board. He's still here. I just don't need a guy like that, and I'm not going to try to convince myself into it. I'm going to try to trade down again for maybe a future first this time. I'm not sure if that will be available to me. There it is right here. Baltimore Ravens next year first and a this year fourth. I do like that deal quite a bit. I will take that for sure. Yeah, I guess we can go to. I'll have to look at my board and then I'll navigate. I'll let you guys know. So I sim to my second round pick, end of the second round pick, and Dante Ricard is still here. 18 picks down the board. It's not my finest pick to like reach all the way down the board right now, but I think that's probably what I'll do. I think that is kind of, the realm that we're in right now. And then we've got the third. We got the first pick of the third round as well. So I might actually trade this one with second round value, and we'll go ahead and get the Bills next year first round pick for this year's second. And Devin Duvernay is off to the Bills. I actually like that fit a lot. He's kind of like their Cole Beasley, but a little bit better, right? So there's that. Who will they take on this pick right there? They'll go Derek Richardson, another wide receiver, despite just acquiring Devin Duvernay. But yeah, I like that about. I looked at Glenn Britt, but he's just not the guy that I want to take here for sure. If I'm gonna get anyone, I'm reaching way far down the board, getting Dante Ricard. Physicals look great. Skills, I mean, he looks fine, right? He doesn't look great. Hidden development is always a good sign, though. We'll make sure to recap what he looks like, and I'll keep it moving. Bobby Smiley is very interesting here. He's like pretty far down the board, but look at these numbers right here. I would like to take a shot on Bobby Smiley at 25 picks down the board. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Will Carr's here. I'm not really a fan. Um, I mean, if we're being completely honest, let's go here, favorites, and look at this. And I think that, well, Lance Covington's still on the board. Um, I don't need a defensive tackle, really. Bobby Smiley would probably be the next guy. I mean, I might have to even trade up for him. And I don't know, actually. We'll see how this board kind of shakes out. We've got a lot of good players down the board. Done deal, third, and Howie Morrison. Howie Morrison is out of here. I do not want him. I had to get Nate Sudfeld just because of some cap reasons. So we're up to the 79th pick, which that pick will be up in 13 picks. I want to move up and then secure my guy down the board, the Bobby Smiley, and we'll have like a competition who can win over the guard job here. And is he on the board? I'm gonna be, dude. No way he got taken. He definitely got taken, huh? Yep, he is gone, and he didn't even say goodbye. So that's cool. Well, I just wasted that one. Well, Howie Morrison didn't have to leave, but we acquired a sixth, so I think I'll just trade away this pick for a fourth round pick, something like that. I mean, there's just so many guys down the board that I'm really considering. Done deal. The third gets us a fifth and or a fourth and a sixth this year, and a next year fourth. Just to getting a bundle of picks, honestly. And Brandon Shepard, I'm gonna spoil this for you. He's never gonna play a part on this team. It just doesn't fit on the edge, and Tim Mooney's better than him at the cover linebacker spot that he will be playing, and might be overtaken by Baron Browning that we signed this offseason. So no reason for him to be on roster and waste him as a talent, so might as well trade him to the Commanders, someone that will use him well, for a bundle of picks here. And so I think that we'll just go ahead and sim to our pick, take the best player that we can get at the spot, and then sim to the next pick, and then etc., etc. So I think that's just what we'll do right now. And hope for one of these guys to be a stud on our favorites right here. If I go to favorites, we've got Richard Bullitt, who who I would like, who is, he's good, right? He's very good. I think he should be fine. Physicals, I mean, speed's great. Skills, he's good. He looks fine. He doesn't look great, but he looks fine. He's a decent pass or run blocker too. So I guess we'll just have to pull the trigger on him and then see what sort of a pick we get out of him. All these guys are gambles this far down the board, and as you guys see, we have basically all the picks in this realm now. Johnny Douglas goes off the board. Good old Johnny. And then can we load our favorites, please? Is that a thing? Okay. I guess we cannot. But let's go ahead and go back here. There we go. And then this guy is the next highest, like, supposed to go guy. Shenard Ellington. I'm not sure what I quite liked about him. 4.46 is very fast for his position. C zone coverage is fine. Everything else is atrocious. I don't know why this guy's on my draft board. Get him out. Let's go with Antoine Harrell as a backup running back. He looks incredible, actually, as a power back. Kind of would get it done here. Will Sears as well. I mean, is there anybody else I'd rather have at this point? Bob Kuchar, no. I think I'd rather go with Antoine Harrell here. Power back star development or better. Um, I like that pick a lot, and we have got the very next pick in the draft as well. Will anybody go off our board that we were looking at? Noah Mitchell goes. Not on my board. You know who is, though? It is going to be Will Sears, maybe? I'm not sure. I mean, it's between Bob Kuchar here. We already have a backup quarterback, Bob Hall. I mean, all these guys look good. That's the thing, though. They look fine, but not all of them are going to be good. Like, they're all going to be like 68 overalls and maybe even lower. So, Andrew McCree here. What do I like about him? Is his speed good? His speed is not good, but his coverages are. B press, C tackle, C zone. D play rec is bad, but I mean, I don't even know why some of these guys are on my board. I guess for UDFAs, they're fine. Like they look good, but Lawrence House, catching's good. B press, zone coverage is fine. That's the guy we just looked at here. Oh my lord! And this fullback doesn't look bad. I think we'll take him this high. I think I'm okay with that. Ryan Shirley, I think his name was, and yeah, Ryan spelled in the worst way possible. And then surely he'll get the job done blocking for us. I'd hope. And yeah, right now we're just clicking names off the board. Nothing special. You gotta love Madden for sure. Day three, day three, day three. Donovan Strong here. Uh, B block shed, B tackle, C power moves. Looks fine. What sort of athlete is he? Not much of an athlete at all, actually. Skills are basically so he's technically sound, but not an athlete. Not that high of a ceiling. I'd rather not. I think I'd rather go with someone else. Bob Hall at the top right here doesn't look bad. He's got C everything basically, and then he's got great acceleration, skills. I mean, they're all over the place. Nothing really crazy. Sure, let's take him. Okay, we have so many picks left, and yet there's only 4 guys on the board. I might have done this wrong, but let's go ahead and try to draft the best players we can. I'm curious which one will go first out of these two, right here. I guess I can just go with Lawrence House first. Very bad player, don't get me wrong, but actually had 93 speed. I thought he ran like a 4.5. What, am I missing something? Then we have the very next pick. I didn't even realize that. And then Dante Hardison goes off the board. That's right. I had a receiver on my board that looks so good down the board, but obviously gone now. I really liked him though. Donovan Strong, I guess, is next off our board. Donovan Strong, woohoo! Welcome to the team. Blah 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 blah. No one cares, right? Like these guys, everyone can go without. I'm just showing you guys them just because I want to. John Hill, most generic name, just goes off the board. Go back up here. I think I'd rather have Rashad Goldsberry. Sure, let's take him. And Andrew McCree, the guy with really bad speed. Found him. 5'10", zone archetype, whatever. He's not that great. Done deal. 3-6 to get us a 4th next year, so I'm fine with that. And that'll be it for me. So obviously this is a bad draft. Like you don't want this to be your draft, right? Like this is a bad draft. We just won the Super Bowl. We're not trying to get better or anything. But all we can really use right now is depth. And Dante Ricard, left guard, cool. And Antoine Harrell was actually nutty out of 75 overall. Power back, speed at 89 isn't bad. Then yeah, these guys are ass. They suck. They are so bad, but dude, I don't even know. We've got Dante Ricard, and then Bullet was horrible, and Antoine Harrell. So, no bueno. So this is probably by far the worst off-season episode, most boring off-season episode I've ever done. It's because we're so good. We don't need much unless we make like crazy big unrealistic trades. Like if I wanted to bundle Derek Stingley Jr. and Jalen Petrie for like a stud safety, bet you I could. If I wanted to get an elite edge rusher using a guy like Don Reedy, Madubuike, and whatnot, like I bet I could. Like it's all these like realm of possibility guys that like if I wanted to get unrealistic and make the team really, 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 really good, I could, but I'm not going to. That's the thing though. We're fine how we are. We've still got to keep developing some of these guys. Darnell Mooney, we brought in, Nico Collins, and then obviously Rashad Curtis here. Don't even get me started on him. Like he's fine, but like he's never really gonna find a role on this team. I don't think. James Cook, kind of our RB1 now sort of thing. it still blows me away that he didn't get star development. But yeah, James Cook has been great. We'll try Dameon Pierce back out, and if he doesn't seem to be working out in the preseason, I have no problem trading him now with Antoine Harrell on this team now. Should be someone that we do take a close look at. 92 acceleration, 89 speed, 86 agility, 83 break tackle is what he comes with, mind you. And yeah, his catching isn't that great. Like his numbers and stuff like that aren't that awesome. But yeah, he looks good. I'll get these guys all spiffed up, their numbers dialed, their faces, good and whatnot. So yeah, that'll be it for me, man. I'm sorry for the bad episode, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We improved the team a little bit, and I guess that we can go ahead and end the video here and then look forward to the preseason episode. So yeah, that'll be next time. I'll see you guys later.